Friday the 17th of April, and the day kicks off with a triumph of optimism over common sense. You're going to attempt that tic-tac dance. Brenda will film it. The good news. Only your left foot gets stuck in the cat basket. Your doomscope animal today is a vole overthinking everything underground, quieter than you trying to listen to Lewis explain the offside rule. This afternoon, Mercury is doing that backwards thing again, which means your brain's doing the Macarena. That rage text you meant for Priya is now attached to Tanya's presentation slides. Standard. Tonight. That healthy meal prep. Bless. By 9:09 p.m., fueled by biscuits and defiance, you'll be just browsing flight comparison sites. Remember that impulsive fringe of last summer? The air hostess will raise an eyebrow. Aries, your search history is less enlightened and more where can I buy a taxidermied badger. Advice, the send to all button is not your friend. Walk away. Friday the 17th of April, and you'll be rocking the slipper chic look at the supermarket, Taurus. You'll realize at the till, just as you're launching into a lengthy explanation about why you deserve a loyalty card, despite only buying wine and emergency chocolate. At work, Venus is clearly ceasing everyone but you. So, everything Karen says will sound like a passive-aggressive instruction manual. You'll reply all to Denise's email with just K, prompting an existential crisis about modern communication, and start drafting your resignation. This afternoon you'll be 99% coffee, 1% human. Tonight, the cosmos demands you build a pillow fort impressive enough to withstand a small siege. Then, on your sixth attempt to order pizza, after finally locating your bank card, you'll discover the picture has faded and you're no longer sure which end goes into the machine. You'll then cry gently into a rogue Babybel while watching old episodes of Antiques Roadshow. Taurus, your Deliveroo history says, comfort eater, needs validation. Advice, maybe the expired card is a sign to make toast. This Friday, you're late. Again. 20 minutes choosing the perfect I woke up like this filter only to look like a Madame Tussauds reject. We've all been there, Gemini. Now you're legging it, one AirPod doing a disappearing act down a drain. Your doomscope animal today is a hydra whose problems keep multiplying, like the number of times you've reheated that spag bowl. This afternoon, Fiona's waffling about quarterly reports while you're mentally browsing tiny umbrellas for cocktails in Bali. You're nodding intently while WhatsApping Nadine to ask if Ricky's new girlfriend is, from round here? Translation, did he meet her on holiday? Sharon wants a quick chat. About Darren's leaving collection. Which is code for forking out your hard-earned for a GIT you've not spoken to since 2017. Tonight, domesticity calls. You'll bravely attempt that Ottolenghi masterpiece, resulting in the smoke alarm serenading the neighborhood for the 6th time this week. Pizza beckons at 9:30 p.m. Again. Advice, that fact you shared? Yeah, turns out swans can't break your arm. This Friday, that productivity app you downloaded at 3 a.m. after one too many biscuits will be about as useful as a chocolate teapot. By 9:30, you'll be fondly recalling those simpler times last Tuesday when your biggest worry was Lorraine eating your yogurt from the communal fridge. Lunch finds you embroiled in an email squabble with Barry over the thermostat being set to Arctic. Mars is clearly having a laugh at your expense. Your attempts to mediate just see you accidentally CC in Derek, who then offers his unsolicited and unhelpful opinion. Tonight, the siren song of the sofa calls. You planned a wholesome evening of reading. Now you're 3 episodes deep into a documentary about competitive cheese rolling. You started watching it ironically. Now you're considering buying Lycra. Suddenly, Pauline's passive-aggressive comment about your Christmas jumper in December still niggles. The one with the flashing Rudolph nose? Advice, stop sweating the small stuff. You'll be dust in 100 years. Friday the 17th of April starts with Operation Brunch. Leaving the house, you'll attempt that classic move of checking your hair in the car window, only to trigger the alarm. It's fine, everyone does it. At work, Claudia's still giving you the side-eye because, apparently, using her orchid as a microphone stand at the office talent show wasn't your finest moment. This afternoon, Mars in retrograde is staging a full-scale attack on your inbox. That email thread about Nathan's leaving Do has now descended into a heated debate over whether Bohemian Rhapsody is karaoke acceptable. Tonight, scrap the early night. It was never going to happen anyway. You'll spend longer choosing which rom-com to watch than actually watching it. And let's be honest, you will stage a dramatic exit from your own living room after spilling wine on the rug. Your doomscope animal today is a snail who's accidentally glued itself to the ceiling. Advice, let someone else hog the limelight. They've practiced their acceptance speech in the bathroom mirror for weeks. This morning, Friday the 17th of April, you'll perform a delicate dance with gravity, narrowly avoiding planting your face in Sheila's artisanal coffee. Your ensemble, painstakingly chosen to radiate functioning adult, will now feature a fetching oat milk Jackson Pollock. Mercury is actively deleting appointments from your calendar. By lunchtime, you'll find yourself embroiled in a passionate debate with Nigel about comma placement in internal communications, while simultaneously scrutinizing Diane's birthday card for grammatical errors. Speaking of Diane, her group calendar invite? You've already composed a draft email explaining precisely why the proposed time interferes with your meticulously planned biscuit dunking ritual. This evening, your attempt at relaxation involves alphabetizing your spice rack, again, and conducting an archaeological dig in the Tupperware drawer. Then, you'll create a sophisticated pivot table ranking all previous meditation attempts by success rate. Spoiler, downward trend. Advice, stop micromanaging. The stars know Janet has already hidden the stapler. Friday the 17th of April. Morning, Libra. Did you manage to leave the house with matching socks this time? Small victories. Your Doomoscope object is a door that sticks in humidity. Sounds like your dating life, eh? Adele needs color scheme advice again. You'll consult Connor, Sebastian, and Mel, then Google Best Color Schemes 2012 4 reasons nobody understands. You'll inevitably choose mauve and lime. Brace yourself for Hugo's reaction. Honestly, afternoon already, you'll spend it trying to subtly offload that candle Hugo got you for Christmas. Search history. Is regifting morally bankrupt? Your energy is lower than a limbo bar at a snail convention. Tonight, permission granted to abandon all responsibilities. You are curating your chaos for the gram. Remember that quinoa salad photo from June 2022 that got precisely 3 likes, one from your mum? Tonight you shall avenge it. Expect to spend precisely 97 minutes deciding on the perfect filter for a photo of a strategically messy pile of laundry. Takeaway menu? You know the drill. Advice, stop pretending you like kale smoothies. Just order pizza for once. This Friday, April 17th, your morning commute involves spotting someone who definitely judged your terrible driving license photo in 21. You'll spend a full 3 minutes admiring your shoelaces, hoping they don't recognize you. The bus driver knows. This afternoon, Mars retrograde is using your inbox as a personal dartboard. Keith's offer of herbal tea? Recorded. Victoria's already ordered the industrial strength coffee and is forwarding you links on how to subtly sabotage Dominic's stapler. Samantha wants after-work drinks. You already know about her cat's IBS, so that's going to be fascinating. Tonight, your sofa has genuinely started to resemble your bottom. Jupiter's teamed up with Deliveroo, and the allure of a giant kebab is bordering on illegal. Advice: stop diagnosing yourself with obscure tropical diseases on WEBMD at 2:47 a.m. The doctor knows best. Friday the 17th finds you leaping from bed like you've won the lottery, only to remember it was someone else who won on your syndicate. Your brain is now 80% forgetting what day it is, and 20% wondering if Zara actually needs those 4 dozen cupcakes for the bake sale. Typical. Mars is making your inbox resemble Trevor's overflowing in tray. Ollie needs that report sooner rather than yesterday. Wendy wants your genius to fix the photocopier jam, again, and Stuart suggests a quick chat which will last approximately 3 hours. Your Doomscope vegetable is a moldy carrot you found at the back of the fridge, representing your dedication to healthy eating. You also promised Bianca you'd help her assemble flat-pack furniture. Bliss. As evening dawns, you'll announce you're going to learn Japanese, and be fluent by tea time. This will last until Netflix suggests just one more episode. Sagittarius, your supermarket loyalty card reveals more about you than MI5 could ever dream of. Advice: stop looking for motivation at the bottom of a biscuit tin. This Friday, Capricorn, your internal alarm will scream at 5:55 a.m. for reasons even you can't explain. By 8:17 a.m., you'll be aggressively stirring your third coffee, silently judging Colin's artisanal stapler like it personally offended you. Your commute involves narrowly avoiding vehicular manslaughter by shopping trolley. At work, you'll alphabetize your inbox, by sender surname, obviously, just to see Sandra's head explode. Deborah just sent haha nice to your email, and you replied all. Again. Lunchtime finds you alphabetizing your emergency snacks, prompting Maureen to ask if you're alright. This afternoon you'll develop an elaborate filing system for receipts dating back to 2017. Tonight, the universe has cleared your gym slot for a vital spreadsheet emergency at 8:07 p.m. Relaxation involves meticulously researching the optimal height for your monitor until gone midnight. That text you sent Kenneth in 2021? Still playing on loop in your head. Advice: stop organizing your spontaneity. Aquarius, prepare for a day where functioning human is aspirational fiction. You'll start Friday the 17th of April by accidentally ironing your cat. Nobody tells you. Bliss. Mars retrograde is tap dancing all over your inbox. Christine will send 3 near-identical emails, each ending with kind regards. Your attempt to reply with cheers will autocorrect to Cheerios, thus ending your credibility for the rest of the month. Your Doomscope animal today is a leprechaun whose pot is empty, as creatively bankrupt as your excuse for missing Rufus's leaving drinks last Tuesday. This evening, NASA calls it a super blue moon. You call it prime time for reorganizing your spice rack alphabetically. That documentary on competitive cheese sculpting calls to you. Actually, forget the cheese. You will decide your socks do need sorting by shade. You'll label it self-care, but it's really just better lit procrastination. And now you've missed the moon. Kevin just posted a picture of it on Instagram. Advice: the stars aren't judging you. They're just taking notes for their stand-up routine. Happy Friday the 17th of April, Pisces. You'll surface from a lottery win dream only to remember you haven't bought a ticket since Rishi was a fresher. Reenacting your REM cycle won't work, love. At work, Maeve's request pops into your inbox. Her handwriting remains stubbornly reminiscent of spiders on amphetamines. Venus is staging a full-scale productivity blockade. Instead of TPS reports, you'll be plotting elaborate Disneyland trips whilst Rupert drones on. Gary definitely saw you doodling Mickey Mouse in a tiny headset. Again. This evening, the cosmos has prescribed minimal effort. Your sofa is whispering sweet nothings about a Netflix binge and ordering enough pizza to feed a brownie troop. The microwave says 7:23 p.m. but you're convinced it's practically midnight and therefore ethically sound to mainline cheese. Don't even think about cooking. Advice: stop romanticizing reality. The world's a bit rubbish, but you're not helping.